Hi, I'm Chef Rob Pengson. Welcome to Landers, where membership means more. Nice to be here. Thank you. Let's get the cards. All right, so the whole week, I keep cooking for other people and I love it. But on the weekends, I want to cook for my kids and my family. Okay, so now we got to get some pasta. And the thing with pasta, it's super important. We have to remember, it's the texture that counts. Because in Italy, pasta can be quite simple. Cheese, butter, pepper, that's it. Aha! My favorite brand is here, and I'm gonna get it. The moment I see Barilla, I go for Barilla. This is Italian-made pasta. I had the opportunity of visiting their factory, and the wonderful thing about Barilla is not only are they very passionate about it, they also use really good quality durum wheat semolina, which is the only ingredient I use when I cook for my kids and my customers. So now that I have my pasta, we don't want to mash the pasta with a dense sauce. We want to celebrate it. So what I'm going to do is serve my kids a little bit of surf and turf, Spanish, Italian, Mediterranean style. And what I see now is some really good locally made chorizo. This is one of the best locally made chorizos in town. And from what I know is they use local pork, but the spices come straight from Spain. They're fresh. So you really have this Spanish taste that's unmistakably, wow, it's delicious. So I'm going to use that as my meat component in the pasta. As it cooks, the oils mix, the flavor coats the noodle. So delicious. Of course, you can't make pasta without my favorite pasta cheese. That's some Parmigiano Reggiano. But here we have Parmesan cheese, which is a close remake, and any brand will do. I like that we have this brand because it has good flavor. It's great for the home, cost effective. We even use it at the restaurants. And it's very dependable. So that's perfect. All right, so next up we have some butter. So in this case, instead of using cream, I'm going to use butter. The good thing about this is, they say fat is flavor. And when the chorizo melts, the butter coats, all the flavor just coats the noodle. You can't go wrong. Kids are happy, family's happy. Hey man, that makes me happy. And since of course I love my kids, I better make sure the food I feed them is not only delicious, but then it also has wonderful health benefits. So definitely herbs are going in the basket. And for men, they say, eat your tomatoes, it's good for your health. I'm going to make sure, as they're young, I'm going to make them fall in love with tomatoes. And I love this locally produced grape tomatoes. They're just really, really awesome. And the reason why I like it is tomatoes with the butter and cheese, mix with the chorizo and the herb. You just talk about it, it's already delicious. Last ingredient of the day. Aha, sir. Mukhang magandang swahe natin yun. Oh, fresh na fresh. Can I have, please, about 200 grams? For that Spanish flavor profile, we have the chorizo Bilbao. We combine it with the gambas, chorizo and gambas. It's a match made in heaven. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our ingredients. So later, when we have the pan ready, it's all just cooking. So I'm going to get our onion. For this particular recipe, we need 1 onion. Give it a nice slice vertically from the top. I'm going to tear some of this out. Of course, I need to remove the big stems because we don't want any of the thicker stems in, but the thinner stems are completely fine. My kids don't like it when I put too much herbs, but I'm going to make this pasta today the way I like it. So just a little rustic slicing of our herbs, and we're going to pass it through once, twice, and then last but not the least is the basil. And for the basil, this one I'm going to pick it. The basil, I don't want the stems, I just want the leaves. All right, so let's begin. We got to season this guy. So over here is our prawns, and the prawns are the only thing we're going to put salt and pepper in this entire recipe. Since I'm doing a little Spanish fusion here, it's chorizo and gambas technically. So instead of just seasoning to make the flavor good, why not add some health benefits? Because pink Himalayan salt, naturally occurring salt, There's so many good minerals that the body needs. And that's what I use. Alright guys, so let's get cooking now. All the ingredients are ready. Just enough olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan. And what I'm gonna do is just heat it up to right temperature. Uunahin natin ang shrimp tsaka yung chorizo. Tapos, I'm just gonna give it a nice cook and then I'm gonna remove it from the pan. So yung ginagawa namin dito ngayon is we're going to cook the shrimps first. So the flavor of the shrimps, they go to the oil. The moment the shrimp changes color, I'm gonna remove it. Next up is our chorizo. The difference with shrimp and chorizo is chorizo can withstand itself on the heat because it has this little pork fat back bits there, no? It keeps it juicy as it cooks. Whereas the shrimp is so lean, it can overcook very quickly and become very rubbery. So if you can see, nag-golden brown na siya sa isang side. Ang gagawin ko na ngayon is we're going to add our onions, a little bit of our fresh tomatoes so that they'll wilt, some garlic, because what is pasta without garlic, right guys? And some chili flakes. And very important, when we cook Italian style or European style pasta, you don't want to brown the onions and the garlic. Now at this point, our pasta is already hot. Our sauce, I'm gonna turn it off or put it on very low heat. So that's why I turned off the heat. I wanna maintain that creamy emulsion of the butter. And then, si pasta, nice and hot, with a little pasta water, no problem. I'm gonna just give it a good mix. At this point, we're gonna add our shrimp. All we have to do is cook it through. Give it another minute. Everything gets hot. All right, so now that everything is cooked, what we do is we put some cheese in the pan, the rest. We garnish. And as the cheese melts, it's so important. We have the water from the pasta. We have the juices from the shrimp and the tomatoes. And they start to become stringy like this. So you can see it starts to get nice and creamy. Finish with a little olive oil. And then our two herbs go straight in. Turn off the heat. Look at that. Creamy, simple. All right, it's time to plate. When we're cooking with prawns and other stuff, we want to showcase that at the very, very top. For garnish, we can put some of our wonderful fresh basil at different locations. A little bit of our black pepper. Since this is a Spanish-inspired dish, gambas y chorizo. For me, I like to squeeze a lemon on my pasta, make it nice and bright. Finish it off with a little Parmesan cheese. And that's it. That's the dish. Voila! Thank you, Landers. I had a wonderful time cooking in your store. The grocery shopping, it had everything I needed. Everything was complete and more than cooking this wonderful recipe, sharing it with all of you. It's truly an honor for me, so thank you very much. See you soon. Ciao.